All right, hello and welcome. Today, we are tackling something huge in Spanish. I mean, it's a real game changer. We're talking about how to express wishes for other people. You know, this is the moment your Spanish stops just being about stating facts and starts influencing and connecting with the world around you. So, you ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, so you've gotten pretty good at saying what you want to do, right? It's simple enough. Yo quiero viajar. I want to travel. Easy. But what happens the second you try to want something for someone else? Like, I want you to travel. All of a sudden, that simple structure, it just doesn't work anymore. It kind of falls apart. So how do you do that? How do you make that leap? That's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve today.
And at the heart of this whole thing is what we can call the two-subject problem. It sounds a little technical, but it's actually super simple. It's just the difference between a sentence where the person who wants something is the same person who's going to do it versus a sentence where they're different people. And that one little change, oh boy, it triggers a whole new tool in your Spanish grammar toolbox. Just look at this. Over on the left, it's straightforward. One person, one action. I want, and I am the one to go. Yo quiero ir. We just use the basic verb form, the infinitive, ir, no problem. But then, look at the right. The whole game changes. I want something, but it's you who's going to do the action. I want, and you go. That gap between us needs a bridge, and that bridge, that little magic word, is que, which means that. And let me tell you, that tiny word que opens up a doorway to a whole new way of speaking.
And that new world we just walked into, that's the subjunctive. Now listen up, because this is probably the most important thing you need to get about this whole topic. The subjunctive is not a tense. I'll say it again, it's not a tense. It has nothing to do with when something happens. Past, present, future, forget all that for a second. It's a mood. It's all about your perspective, your feeling, your attitude about what's being said.
Yeah, you can think of the subjunctive as the language of a different reality. It's for all the stuff that isn't a hard, cold fact. It lives in this world of wishes and hopes and doubts and desires, right? So when you say, I want you to travel, you traveling isn't a fact yet. It's just a wish I have. It's a desire that's in my head that I'm trying to project out into the world. My reality is trying to influence your reality, and that is the perfect job for the subjunctive mood. And this here just lays it out so clearly. On the left, you've got the indicative mood. That's what you've been using all this time. It's the world of facts. Hace sol. It is sunny. Done. It's an objective report. But look at the right. We're in a totally different headspace now. The world of wishes. Ojalá haga sol. I hope it's sunny. It might be, it might not be, but I'm expressing my desire about it. See that shift? It's the difference between this is how things are and this is how I want things to be. Huge difference. Okay, so now we get why the subjunctive exists. That's the big conceptual hurdle. Now for the fun part. How do we actually build it? And you're going to love this, because for regular verbs, there's a super simple kind of magical trick. I call it the great vowel flip. Seriously, it's like the verbs decide to swap clothes. The regular AR verbs, they're all about the vowel A. But in the subjunctive, they switch teams and start using E. So hablar becomes hable. And then the ER and IR verbs, they do the exact opposite. They ditch their normal E sounds and flip over to A. So comer becomes coma, and vivir becomes viva. That's it. It's the opposite vowel rule. And honestly, that's the key to forming most of these. Now, of course, this is Spanish, so you know there are going to be some irregular verbs, right? But there's a really cool hack for this too. Here's what you do. You take the yo form of the verb in the normal present tense. Think of something like tengo for tener. Then you just chop off that final O and add the opposite vowel ending. So tengo becomes tenga. Hago from hacer becomes haga. Pongo becomes ponga. See? You just find the yo form, drop the O, and do the flip. All of a sudden, those irregulars don't seem so random anymore.
Okay, we've got the why and we've got the how. We understand the mood, we know how to do the vowel flip. Now let's circle all the way back to that first problem we had and finally put this awesome new tool to work. It's time to actually make some wishes.
And this right here, this is it. This is the golden rule. If you remember one thing, remember this. One subject, use the infinitive. That's the simple verb form. Two different subjects, you have to use the subjunctive. One subject, infinitive. Two subjects, subjunctive. That's the whole ball game right there.
And here we have it, the answer to the question from the very beginning. Look, on the left, yo quiero viajar. I want, I travel. One subject, we use the infinitive. But on the right, yo quiero que tú viajes. I want,
You to travel, two subjects. So we add our que and we flip that vowel. Viajar becomes viajes. Bam, you just did it. You just expressed a complex wish for someone else. That is a massive step up in what you can say in Spanish.
Let's run through it one more time, just to lock it in. Ella necesita estudiar. She needs to study. Simple. She's the one needing, she's the one studying. One subject. But what if she needs us to study? Ah, now we have two subjects, she and us. So what do? Ella necesita que nosotros estudiemos. Estudiar is an AR verb, so its vowel flips to E in the subjunctive. See? The pattern just works.
So what you'll find is that there are these key phrases that are basically signposts for the subjunctive. They're what we call trigger phrases. Anytime you start a thought with one of these verbs of wanting or wishing, and you're talking about someone else, that's your signal. It's like a big flashing light that says subjunctive coming up. So when you say quiero que or espero que, you're setting the stage. You're getting ready to talk about the world as you wish it were.
So I want you to start thinking about this a little differently. The subjunctive, it's not some scary, complicated grammar rule you have to suffer through. No way. It's your new superpower. It's the tool that lets you stop being just an observer who describes the world and lets you actually start trying to shape it with your own hopes and your needs and your wishes.
Look, if there's only one thing you remember from all of this, make it this. Different subject, different reality. When you're talking about a different person doing something because of your different reality, your wish, your hope, your desire, that's your cue. That is when you need the subjunctive. Simple as that.
So, what about you? Think about it right now. What's something you hope someone else does today? You can actually say it now. Espero que mi amigo me llame. I hope my friend calls me. Or, hey, maybe, quiero que mi jefe me dé un aumento. I want my boss to give me a raise. A little while ago, you couldn't express that thought in Spanish, but now you can. So go on. What are you going to wish for?